The following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, home for the great games. We welcome you to warm, sunny Orlando, Florida, here at Orlando Stadium, the Orlando Apollos. 9-5 winners of the Southern Division take on the London Knights with an 11-4 record in the Divisional round of the WFL playoffs. Hello again, everybody. Glenn Walker in the broadcast booth. Again, a warm 70 degrees, clear and calm weather here at Orlando Stadium. These two teams are preparing to kick off. Just to give you a little quick preview of both teams. London last week finally got a huge monkey off their back by defeating Philadelphia 36-28. It was their first playoff win in their last 6 attempts. London, however, has not made a conference championship or semifinal appearance since 1999, so their next hurdle is to win a divisional playoff game. They are 0 for their last 5. London brings in with them in today's game the number 2 defense. They will be facing the league's number 1 offense, led by Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a candidate for Player of the Year on the offensive side, so as London's quarterback Russell Wilson. Orlando, however, clinched the Southern Division way back in Week 11 and then proceeded to lose their last 3 games. So, needless to say, the bye week was not all that comfortable around head coach Brian Flores, who really put the Apollos through their paces in their workouts in the lead up to this game. So, it should be a very interesting contest for the right to take on Toronto. The Hitmen secured their ticket to the Eastern Conference Championship yesterday with a convincing win over the Tampa Bay Bandits. We'll head on down to the field. The coin toss has been won by London. They have elected to receive. And we're about to get this contest underway. Thank you for joining us here on the Replay Sports Channel. If you're not a subscriber, I encourage you to do so. We have a big announcement coming up at halftime about some programming that will be coming up as well. So I encourage you to stay tuned for that. So all set to kick off will be Jake Elliott. Back deep for London will be Johnson. Full house here at Orlando Stadium as the divisional round game is kicked off. Johnson takes the short kickoff. Decent size return. Finally stopped at the London 26. Let's take a look at that Knights offense. As we mentioned, Russell Wilson, a candidate for Offensive Player of the Year. He'll be a quarterback. Running back duties, again, Raheem Mostert will get the lion's share of the carries. Christian McCaffrey, having played through injury since the preseason. Fullback will be Anthony Sherman. Wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill. Tight end, Gerald Everett. Left tackle, Isaiah Wynn. Left guard, Cesar Ruiz. Center, Rodney Hudson. Right guard, Andres Pete. And right tackle, Titus Howard. 1st and 10 for the Knights. They're in their white uniforms, silver pants, silver helmets, black numerals, moving left or right across your screen. Ball's placed at the London 26. Play action. Wilson looking to go deep. He's going to have to check down to the tight end Schultz. He's drilled by Ryan. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. Let's take a look at that Orlando defense, 5th overall in the league. The defensive ends are Justin Houston and Stephon Tuitt. The defensive tackles are Fletcher Cox and Eric Armstead. Middle linebacker, Levante David. He's a dangerous one. Got to keep an eye out for him. He'll be surrounded by Josh Uche and Alden Smith. The cornerbacks, defensive backs, Shaquille Griffin, Deontay Thompson, Logan Ryan, and Marlon Humphrey. There have been some injuries to that defensive backfield. We'll develop that as we move along. And some players had to be picked up off the free agent market to help fill in some of the gaps for Brian Flores and that Orlando defense. 2nd and 3 for the Knights, just underway here from Orlando. Mostert, the lone setback. He'll get the handoff, goes toward his right, gets close to the first down. Armstead with a stop at the 35 will bring up 3rd and 1. So missing for the defense for Orlando, DJ Reed is out, cornerback. Dre Kirkpatrick, Quadre Dunbar, and Harrison. Uche, he had a injury situation. He was listed as probable, but we do see him out there playing. 3rd and 1 for London. I formation for the Knights. Mostert, off tackle left, cross the line, 1st down. Tackled by David at the London 39. London had the 2nd-ranked rushing offense this year, averaging 131 yards per game. Mostert had 124 carries, 620 yards, and 7 touchdowns. He'll come out of the game for a breather. Everett into the game now as the H-back. Wilson from the pistol, back to pass. There is a penalty flag as the pass intended for Diggs sails incomplete. We'll get to hear from Sean Hockley for the first time today, and the call is offsides on defense. Penalty will be accepted by the Knights, moves the ball to the London 44. It'll bring up 1st and 5. London will stay in that 3 wide receiver set. Schultz will move over now to his slot formation. Wilson with time over the middle for Schultz, but he can't come up with it. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 5. Wilson on the year, 352, 520 attempts, 3,734 yards, 24 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions. He is an offensive MVP finalist along with Josh Allen and Tom Brady from the Tampa Bay Bandits. 2nd and 5. Mostert back into the game at running back. Mostert gets the handoff, goes into the left side of the line, picks up about 3, tripped up to it at the 47, brings up 3rd and 2. Just underway here from Orlando. London won the toss and are on their first possession near midfield. They'll stay in the 12 package. Play action. Wilson, quick out toward Diggs, but it's incomplete. So that brings up 4th and 2, and we'll see the punting unit come out for London. A good stop there by the Orlando defense. O'Donnell set to punt it away to Fuller. Fuller standing near his own 15. O'Donnell gets away a deep kick. This one's going to sail all the way back in and out of the end zone. Touchback. London will take possession of the ball at their own 20. 11:46 to go, first quarter. Knights, nothing. Apollos, nothing. The winner of this game will go to Toronto next Sunday for the Eastern Conference Championship. Josh Allen leads out the Orlando offense. At running back will be Gus Edwards. Fullback will be Gabe Neighbors. Wide receiver, Taysom Hill. He can also do some time at quarterback, so keep an eye on that. Devontae Adams, more about him and the season he's had in a little bit. TJ Hawkinson will be the tight end. Left tackle, Mekhi Becton. Brandon Scherf is at left guard. Centers, Ted Karras. Right guard, Mark Logwinski, and right tackle the veteran Mike Rimmers. 1st and 10, ball at the Orlando 20, early in the first quarter. Allen, short pass out in the direction of Hill, but it's incomplete. McPhee tipped it at the last second. Brings up 2nd and 10. Let's take a look at that second-ranked London defense. Defensive end, Max Crosby and Derek Wolfe. Defensive tackles, Leonard Williams, Dalvin Tomlinson. Inside linebacker is Joe Schobert. He'll be surrounded by Darius Leonard and Pernell McPhee. Defensive backs, Patrick Peterson, Jamal Adams, making his first appearance in the playoffs. He was injured last week, but able to go today. Von Bell at safety, and Sean Murphy-Bunting at the other cornerback position. Jamal Adams had been dealing with a wrist injury. He was listed as questionable for most of the week, but had a good pregame workout and is out on the field to help that great London defense. 2nd and 10 for Orlando. They are in their orange jerseys, blue pants, white numerals, with the blue and orange helmets, I guess is the best way you would describe that. Livery on their helmet. Allen shifts to the shotgun. Hawkinson's going to move to the slot. Back to pass with time. Completes it to Hawkinson near the 25. Adams will pull him down at the Orlando 28. Brings up 3rd and 2 for the Apollos. Josh Allen on the season, 341 completions, 527 attempts, 3,858 yards, 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He'll be one of those offensive MVP candidates at the Gridiron Awards show Friday before the Pantheon Bowl. We'll have that for you here on the Replay Sports Channel. 3rd and 2 for the Apollos. Empty backfield behind Allen. With time, there's a flag on the play. Pass is complete to Hill at the 35. Whipped down by Woods. He's got enough for the first down, but Sean Hockley indicates holding on the offense. So that will move the Apollos back 10 yards to their own 18, and that'll bring up 3rd and 12. Hawkinson had provided a very good block on that play. So the Apollos will try again. Allen, back to pass. With a little pressure up the middle, completes a short pass to Hill at the 25. He's tackled immediately by Woods, way short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 3. And Orlando will send out the punting unit. So both teams, first possession, forced to punt at the conclusion. Punting for Orlando, Johnny Hecker. Back deep to receive for London, Sims. Sims from his own 35. Beautiful punt by Hecker. Sims drifts back to his own 23 to retrieve the punt. Finally brought down at the London 37. 10:02 left to go. First quarter, we have no score here between the London Knights and the Orlando Apollos. Second possession for Russell Wilson and the London Knights. I formation for the Knights on first down. Mostert, off tackle right past the 40, toward the 45, where Uchi spins him down. Gain of 8, brings up 2nd and 2. Raheem Mostert on the season, as we said, primary back, gained 620 yards. Christian McCaffrey injured in preseason. We do see him very few times. We saw him a couple times during the Philadelphia game, but they are kind of keeping him in reserve. The other running back for London that we could see some is Miles Gaskin. He also had an injury toward the end of the regular season, but is better now. So we could see him some today as well. And speaking of Christian McCaffrey, he now enters the game for the London Knights. McCaffrey sweeps left. He picks up the first down. He's across midfield. Finally stopped by Levante David. Levante David with the stop at the Orlando 47. We're just under the 10-minute mark. No score here in the Eastern Divisional Round playoff. McCaffrey will stay in the game. McCaffrey will get the handoff. Goes up the middle. He's met immediately by a couple of orange jerseys. Armstead, the lead tackler there, holds McCaffrey to just 1 yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. Mostert comes in for McCaffrey. They'll set up into 12 formation. That's 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Everett and Schultz are the tight ends. Russell Wilson back to pass with time. Completes it over the middle to Everett near the 35. There's a penalty flag on the play. And let's see what the call is. Pass interference on the offense. Everett pushed off on his defender. So move London back 10 yards. It'll be 2nd and 19 from the London 44. Near the halfway point of the first quarter. No score between the Knights and the Apollos. Wilson under pressure just flings this one towards the sideline and bounces in front of Diggs, incomplete, brings up 3rd and 19. That pressure was coming up the middle, and that was something Coach Brian Flores emphasized, that they need to pressure Wilson. The London offensive line has only allowed 8 sacks all season of number 3. So that was something Brian Flores did emphasize in the pregame press conference this week. So 3rd and 19. They need to reach.
It's challenge time. To play.
Alexa,
just ask me
stop. Sorry about that. Third and 19. Love modern technology. Wilson under pressure again. He's looking deep for Cobb, but Bryant disrupts the pass reception. Incomplete, brings up 4th and 19, and the Knights are forced to punt again. So a very even defensive contest between the Knights and the Apollos so far. O'Donnell is back to punt. Fuller is the deep man for the Apollos. Donald gets away a beauty. Fuller inside his own 10-yard line. And finally is caught at the Orlando 14. 7 minutes, 12 seconds remain. No score here in the first quarter between the Knights and the Apollos. London Knights coached by Sean Payton. This is his first year with the Knights. However, though, he is a veteran coach. Coached the Birmingham Americans to a pair of Pantheon Bowls back in the 2000s. Hoping to get the London Knights into their first conference championship. In fact, the team as known as London has never been to a conference championship. They were an older version of a team in Birmingham. It's some of the franchise moves. You're going to need a map and a compass to keep up with. Across the field, Brian Flores. He's in his 2nd season. They lost in the wild card round to Washington last season. And for the Apollos, It has been 10 years since they last made it to a conference championship. 2011 was their last conference championship appearance. First and 10 for Orlando, ball at the 14 in this last part of the first quarter. Edwards, the lone running back, play action. Allen in trouble. He's going to take off and run, which he can do. Gains about 3 yards. Wolf makes the tackle at the 17. Brings up 2nd and 7. Allen not afraid to run with the ball. Brings up 2nd and 7. I formation now behind Allen. Edwards gets the handoff. He's going to go off tackle right, picks up a couple. Leonard with the tackle at the 19. Edwards on the season, 138 carries, 772 yards, 5 touchdowns. 3rd and 5. Empty backfield for Orlando. Allen from the shotgun, looking, completes it to Metcalf at the 22. First down Orlando. Murphy Bunting with the tackle at the Orlando 25. New set of downs for Orlando. Edwards back in the game at running back. They'll move to the I formation. Pitch right to Edwards, looking for a hole. Gets to the 30. Stopped by Leonard at the 34. 1 yard shy of the first down. Just under 5 minutes to go. First quarter. No score between the Knights and the Apollos. The give is to Edwards again. He's across the line. He's got the first down, a little more. Jamal Adams brings him down finally at the Orlando 41. A gain of 7. Orlando, if you missed our introduction, had the #1 ranked offense. They also have the #1 ranked rushing offense in the league. They are matched up against the league's #1 rushing defense. So this is one of the key pregame things to watch for that we talked about. Pitch right to Edwards. Met in the backfield, but he's able to squeak out a yard. Leonard gets the stop at the 42, brings up 2nd and 9. Nearing the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Allen from the pistol completes a pass to Hill at the 50. And he's got the first down. He was dragged down by Gibson. The initial placement, they weren't sure he had the first down, but upon a little conference there with Sean Hockley and his crew, he does have the first down. Orlando moving the ball. They're just inside London territory. Allen under center. Roll out. Play action. Looking. Completes it to Lockett over the middle of the 40. Tackled by Murphy Bunting. First down Orlando. Ball at the London 37. Give us to Edwards on 1st and 10. He'll pick up 3 yards. Tackled by Max Crosby at the 34. Under 90 seconds left, first quarter. Edwards from the I formation into the right side of that line. Pickup of 5 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 2, but I think that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. And we have no score, but it's been very interesting to watch both teams so far. No score. Orlando dealing with a short 3rd and 2 when we begin the second quarter. We conclude the divisional round later today. Our late game from the Western Conference features the Oakland Invaders, led by Patrick Mahomes, paying a visit to the St. Louis Stars, led by Kirk Cousins. So that result will determine who plays the Memphis Express in the Western Conference Championship. So if you missed yesterday's games, Toronto easily took care of Tampa Bay, a score 41-14. And then last night, Memphis, convincing win over the Las Vegas Outlaws. So we have half of our Final Four. We know Toronto is in the Eastern Conference final, and we know Memphis is in for the Western Conference final. So we'll know a third team at the end of this game, whether it be London or it will be Orlando. Let's take a look at the first quarter statistics from our game. London just 33 yards in net offense. Orlando with some slight advantages in some of the other categories there. But again, no score. Russell Wilson off to a rough start. 1 of 5 for just 7 yards. Josh Allen, 5 of 6 for 44 yards. So we come back to start the second quarter. Orlando facing a 3rd and 2. Ball is at the London 29. J.D. McKissick in now at running back for Gus Edwards. McKissick gets the handoff and barely makes the marker. Crosby tackles him at the 27. The ball does reach the first down indicator, and Sean Hockley signals first down, so the chains will be moved. 1st and 10, ball at the London 27. Just underway here, second quarter. Orlando really relying heavily on the running game so far today. McKissick again with room off that right side. Finally brought down by Leonard at the 21. A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 4. Edwards back in the game now for Orlando. Allen from the pistol. Dumps a screen pass to Edwards. He's to the 20. Tackled by Schobert at the 19. Brings up 3rd and 2. Orlando inside the red zone for the first time today. Four wide receivers set for Orlando. Allen calling out the signal. Back to pass. Over the middle to Adams. He has it at the 10, the 5. Finally tackled. They're going to mark him down at the 6-yard line. Peterson with the tackle at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, Orlando. 15th play of the drive coming up. They have consumed nearly 10 minutes on this drive, and that London defense looks tired. A lot of players with their hands on their hips. McKissick back in at running back. He'll get the handoff up the middle, and After they clear all the bodies, Crosby with the tackle at the 3. So a gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal. Allen lines them up again. McKissick the deep back. Gets the handoff, plunges into the line. Leonard with the stop at the 2, a pickup of 1. 3rd and goal for Orlando. Edwards back into the game at running back. They'll bring in the big boy package here, the road graders, double tight ends. Man in motion. Edwards, right side in. And a long 16-play, 11.5-minute drive pays off with a touchdown by Gus Edwards. And just look at the blocking there. And allowed Edwards just cruise on into the end zone for the touchdown and the first points of our game. And Elliott's point after attempt is good. So Orlando, long drive, taking up almost 12 minutes of game time, culminates in an Edwards 2-yard touchdown run. London's defensive units over there on the sideline trying to get in front of the fan, trying to down some H2O, trying to get a breather after that long drive. It is a warm 70 degrees here. The humidity is also a little bit warm as well. Not the type of weather they saw last week against London. I believe it was like 40 degrees over at Wembley last week. Johnson back to return the kick for London. Short kickoff, return from the 1-yard line. Good return. Johnson had a wedge in front of him there. Gets to the 37. Russell Wilson, bit of a struggle to start. And if you remember, London had a close game against Philadelphia. And in the second half, kind of took off. So we'll see if they follow the similar pattern here tonight. Mostert will come in as the lone setback. Wilson calling the signals. Back to pass. Play action. Drifts right. Checks down to Everett. Near side. Everett finally stepped out of bounds at the 43. Gain of 6 yards. I think Wilson wanted to test that Orlando secondary with some of those new players in there, but forced to check down. Nothing open there deep. That's just Wilson's second completion of the game so far. Wilson from the gun. Back to pass. And this one he was throwing for the tight end Schultz, but it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 4. 9.5 minutes to go until halftime. Wilson set to throw again. And this one's intended for Everett, but Ryan, with the last second tip, makes it go incomplete. So a 3 and out for the London Knights, and that defense gets a very short breather. They're going to have to go back out there again and deal with that Orlando offense. O'Donnell set to punt. Fuller take it inside his own 10. gets to about the Orlando 13. 9:21 to go in the second quarter. Orlando with a 7-0 lead. They embarked on a lengthy, long drive. 17 plays, 86 yards, 11 minutes, 35 seconds, resulting in the Edwards touchdown run. So they get the ball again. Allen, 7 of 8 for 59 yards. Didn't do a lot of throwing in that last drive. Attempts one here to Adams. It's incomplete, but he was interfered with. Patrick Peterson got there a little bit early. So it'd be an automatic first down for Orlando. Moves the ball to their 25-yard line. McKissick back in at running back. He'll get the call off. Tackle left near the 25. Tackled by Williams at the 27. 2-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 8. Under 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Allen in some trouble. Flush from the pocket, takes off to run. He's got the first down. Finally tackled by Schobert at the 37. 1st and 10, Orlando. Edwards back in the game at running back. He'll be the lone setback behind Allen. Allen. Short pass over the middle to Hawkinson. Hawkinson stopped at the Orlando 44 by Adams. Adams with a hard hit, but Hawkinson manages to hang on to the ball. Hawkinson seems to be improving this season. He was a rookie last season and had difficult time adjusting to the pro game, but seems to be doing much, much better this season. Midway point of the second quarter. Allen, play action, looking to go deep, completes it to Adams at the 35. Peterson pulls him down at the London 33. 1st and 10, Orlando. Allen works that play action to perfection. Adams had Peterson beat over the middle, and Peterson's able to recover to make the touchdown saving tackle. Big play for Orlando. Orlando, the offensive coordinator, is really mixing up the plays. Heavy on the run on the last drive, and now the emphasis is on the pass. Allen, quick toss over to Hawkinson at the 25, and another first down. Bell with the stop at the London 23, approaching the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. I formation behind Allen. Pitch right to McKissick, looking for the hole. He's hit in the backfield. They'll say they stopped him at the line of scrimmage. Leonard with the stop brings up 2nd and 10. From the gun, Allen dumps off in the flat to McKissick. McKissick has some room. 20, 10, 5. Spun down by Schobert at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Orlando. Magnificent run after the catch there by McKissick, as he evades one man, finally brought down by Schobert at the 5-yard line. Allen will stay in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking for Adams in the end zone, but Peterson is there to tip the ball away. Brings up 2nd and goal. Under 4 minutes to go until halftime. Orlando shifts to the I formation on 2nd and goal. McKissick up the middle, near the goal line. They'll mark him at the 2. Tomlinson with the stop. 3:51 to go. Third and goal. Edwards back into the game. Big formation. Man in motion. Edwards off to the right side again. Touchdown. Edwards with his 2nd touchdown run of the day. Both of them have been from the 2-yard line. Incredible as Orlando takes a 14-0 lead on London with 3:14 left to go. So the fans here in Orlando are still going crazy after Gus Edwards scores his 2nd touchdown of the half, and they lead 14-0. 3:14 left to go before halftime. Johnson will take the kickoff just inside the end zone, returns it to the London 21. 3:05 left to go. The Knights have all 3 of their timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Need to get a score here. Wilson, just 2 of 8 on the afternoon for 13 yards. Back to pass. Forced to run from the pocket, but he's able to pick up the first down. Tuitt with the stop at the 31. And they're not even going to huddle here. They want to try to hurry up and get another play in. Wilson directing traffic at the line of scrimmage. Gets the ball off in time. Pass over the middle to Diggs. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. He's inside Orlando territory. Finally pulled down by Levante David at the 45. 2:27 left. London hurrying to the line. Wilson gets the ball off in time. Looking over the middle for Diggs again, but it's incomplete. David with the tip stops the clock with 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Levante David. A selection for the Eastern Conference All-Star team. Russell Wilson finds himself down 14-0. Last play before the 2-minute warning. Wilson from the gun, back to pass, over the middle, completes it to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, gain of 9. That's his first catch of the day. Had a big day last week against Philadelphia. 10 catches, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's the first time we've heard him mentioned today. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Orlando leads 14-0. Don't forget, join us, stay with us at halftime where we'll do a recap of the first half. Also, pregame analysis of the Oakland St. Louis game, and we have a special programming announcement we want to make you aware of. So make sure to sit through halftime today. So the 2-minute warning has completed. Both teams are back out on the field again. Beautiful day here in Orlando. 70 degrees clear, no wind. Great day for football. 3rd and 1 for the Knights. Ball at the Orlando 36. Mostert, the lone running back. He'll get the handoff. They're going to try to pick up the first down here, but he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. Hitchens with a great stop for Orlando. And the defensive players there in Orlando are whooping it up, giving Hitchens the high fives and the slaps on the helmet. So 4th and 2. And Sean Payton's going to keep the offense out there. They're down 14-0. He will keep the offense out. I want to try to pick up 6 points here. Russell Wilson, back to pass. Flushed, goes to his right, throws back to the left, completes it to Schultz, and he's going to be a yard shy. Ryan stops him at the Orlando 36. Huge stop for the Orlando Apollos. Listen to that crowd as the defense comes back to the sideline. Brian Flores fired up. 90 seconds left. Keep this in mind. Orlando has all 3 of their timeouts. They have the ball. They will get the opening kickoff to start the 3rd quarter. So they could really put some damage on London here. Josh Allen, 11 of 13, 117 yards today. Back to pass. Short to Hill at the 40. Brought down immediately by Woods at the Orlando 43. They'll forego the huddle, go straight to the line of scrimmage. Allen gets the play off in time. Penalty flag down as he completes the pass at midfield to Adams. And the penalty call is offsides on defense. Orlando will decline the penalty. They'll keep the yard gain. 9 yards gained. 1st and 10. Ball at the London 48. 63 seconds left. Orlando still has all 3 of their timeouts left. Allen from the gun with time. Short pass to Adams at the 45. Adams grabs him and hangs on. Stops him at the London 43. A pickup of 5. 58 seconds left. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Allen hurries them to the line. Elliott from this for field goal distance, he is good from 56 yards. Allen gets the play off in time. Drifts to his right to avoid the rush. Fires deep for Metcalf, but Murphy bunting with the hit, and it's incomplete. Ball knocked loose. Metcalf did not complete the reception, so it's not a fumble. Clock will stop with 41 seconds left, 3rd and 5. Again, Elliott good from 56 yards out. So Allen will probably want to get a little bit closer. Again, they have all 3 of their timeouts, too. Breaks the huddle. Looks at the defensive formation. Calls out the signals. Back to pass. Fires over the middle, looking for Adams. Incomplete. Brings up 4th and 5 with 36 seconds left. So looking at where the ball is now, we are talking a 60-yard field goal attempt, which is beyond the range that Elliott had tried from earlier. But Flores is going to keep the offense out there to try to pick up the first down. Interesting call here by Brian Flores. Allen back to pass. Tries to throw a crossing route to Hawkinson. It's incomplete. So now London gets the ball with 32 seconds left. They have all 3 of their timeouts. They have an opportunity to put some points on the board before halftime. Let's see what Russell Wilson has in store. Both quarterbacks using the clock here. Wilson from the gun. Pressure up the middle. Completes it to Diggs in time. And Diggs is going to be shy of the first down. London's going to use a timeout here, though. Kind of hoping they would hear from the league office in New York to want the referee to check that, but nothing doing. 26 seconds left. So Harrison Butker, the scoring leader from this most recent season, his longest field goal attempt this year was from 54 yards out. Wilson breaks the huddle. He's going to set up in the pistol formation. Empty backfield. 26 seconds left before halftime. Wilson in trouble. He's going to run. He's got the first down. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He better get down. He's tripped up finally by Joseph at the 29. Immediately, he's signaling timeout. He's signaling madly to Sean Hockley for the timeout. Gets it with 14 seconds left. So London is down to their last timeout. Ball will be placed at the Orlando 29. They're well within field goal range here for Harrison Butker. But I have a feeling they want to try one more shot at the end zone to try to cut Orlando's lead in half. Very, very entertaining last 2 minutes here of the first half. So look for them to go deep toward the end zone here. From the shotgun, Wilson, back to pass, looking, completes it to Diggs at the 15. Finally stopped at near the 10. He's knocked out of bounds by Humphrey. Oh, Humphrey knocks him out, saving London 7 seconds. And also saving London a timeout. Oh, my goodness. So field goal unit will come out for London. Harrison Butker, again, the scoring leader. He was 33 of 35 in field goals this season. Try to put some points on the board for London. Good snap. the hold, and the kick is good. London reaches the scoreboard. They trail by 11. 3 seconds left until halftime. And a squibber from Butker, picked up by Lockett at the 35, and that's going to end an interesting first half. Orlando dominant 14-3 over London, and Orlando will get the ball to start the second half. Stay tuned with us through halftime. We got a lot of good stuff for you, and we'll catch you up on everything in a moment. So the divisional rounds, we're at halftime here in Orlando. Orlando leads 14-3 over London. So the divisional round started yesterday. Cold Toronto, 14 degrees at BMO Field. The Toronto Hitmen take care of business by defeating the Tampa Bay Bandits 41-14. Justin Herbert, Rookie of the Year finalist for Toronto, 31 of 38, 310 yards, 2 touchdowns in that game. Running back Melvin Gordon, 20 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tom Brady intercepted 3 times in that game. So Toronto moves on. They are the number 1 seed, so they will host the Eastern Conference Championship next Sunday. And then last night, the Memphis Express destroys the Las Vegas Outlaws 38-10. Deshaun Watson, 29 of 37, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns in that game. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries, 43 yards, and a touchdown. This game was tied 10-10 early in the third quarter, and then Memphis proceeded to go on to score 28 unanswered points in that game. Several turnovers were the key against Las Vegas as they lost that game. And of course, the score line here, as you know, Orlando leads at 14-3. A quick look at the halftime statistics. The running game featured heavily for Orlando early. Long drive, 17-play drive, 11-play drive, and they are dominating time of possession, 20 minutes, 26 seconds to London's 9 minutes, 34 seconds. And we've also seen the pass highlighted as well. Josh Allen, 14 of 19, 138 yards. Gus Edwards, though, man of the day so far, 2 rushing touchdowns. London does manage to get a field goal near the end of the first half. Orlando will get the ball to start the second half. The game we have for you later today, St. Louis will entertain the Oakland Invaders. This will be at the Mall of America Stadium in St. Louis. Tough news for St. Louis as they will be without running back Ezekiel Elliott once again. Ezekiel Elliott, dealing with a hamstring issue, will not play. Expect to see a lot of Derek McKinnon in at running back. Oakland, they successfully defeated Detroit in the wild card round last week, so they pay a visit to St. Louis. The winner of this game will be taking on Memphis. If Oakland wins, then they will be going to the Liberty Bowl to play Memphis. If St. Louis wins, Memphis will go to St. Louis for that game. We'll have all those for you as well. So a couple of quick programming announcements, and we have a special one for you here at the end. Don't forget, Major League Baseball 1967. We are in late August of our MLB 67 replay. The Boston Red Sox tied at the top of the American League with the Detroit Tigers. They'll be facing the Chicago White Sox, also battling for that American League pennant. It's August 26, 1967. Become a subscriber, and you can get information for when the game becomes available, when it's live, when you can watch it, or when you can stream it on your own. And we have a special programming announcement. At the conclusion of the WFL season, we will embark here at Replay Sports Channel on a basketball replay. We call it the ABA 78-79 season. This is going to be kind of a great what if. The premise here is the ABA teams that were in existence before the real merger, the what if scenario is that they didn't merge, that they continued on as the ABA. And we're going to have games for you as if the ABA were to continue on. So our game of the week, our first game that will be coming up under our new ABA replay, will be the Spirits of St. Louis paying a visit to the New York Nets. So be on the lookout for some more information about that on our social media. We'll be posting on the Sports Simulations and Replay site, also on the Action PC Sports Facebook page as well. But that's our special announcement, ABA 78-79, coming to you upon the conclusion of the Pantheon Bowl. So we'll have more news and notes from our ABA replay coming soon. All right, so the teams are coming back out on the field to start the second half. We're 30 minutes away from knowing who will be playing Toronto in the Eastern Conference Championship. Orlando comes into this game leading the all-time series 16-7 against London. London has been the most successful recently. Their last meeting was back in 2018. London defeated Orlando 31-20 at Wembley Stadium. Their only playoff meeting came back in 2012. London defeated Orlando 22-16 in the wild card game here in Orlando, almost 10 years ago. Scott is back deep to return for Orlando. It's a short kick, and he's finally stopped near the 20. There's a flag on the play, an illegal block on Orlando, which will bring the ball back to the Orlando 9. Brian Flores seemed a lot better mood than he had during the week leading up to the game. A lot better mood, but still a lot of work to be done, as he told our sideline reporter at halftime. So 1st and 10, ball's at the Orlando 9. Orlando moving right to left across your screen. Edwards is in it, running back, I formation. Edwards gets the handoff. Up the middle, he's to the 10, the 15, near the first down. And Flores seems to think that they got the first down, so he's going to challenge the call. But the review goes against Coach Flores. So it'll be 2nd and inches. Orlando loses a timeout and a challenge. Allen under center, tries to sneak it across the line. He does, and he picks up a few more. Crosby finally tackles him at the 25. McKissick into the game now at running back. Play action. Back to pass. Looking for the tight end, Hawkinson, but he's covered. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. Edwards back in the sideline. Getting a breather, I'm assuming. Don't think there's an injury involved. Allen, 3 wide receiver set, completes the pass to Hill at the 30. Tackled immediately by Gibson. It's a gain of 8 yards, brings up 3rd and 2. 3rd downs for both teams so far. London only 1 of 5 on 3rd downs. Orlando 5 of 7. Empty backfield behind Allen. Back to pass. With time, near side to Lockett. He's got the first down. Lewis with the stop. at the Orlando 39. McKissick back into the game at running back. Play action. Allen looking deep. Complete to Adams at the London 35. Peterson makes the tackle at the London 34. Another big play connection between Allen and Adams. So take a look at that one again. Peterson's there. He cannot stop the connection. I formation behind Allen. Edwards gets the call. Off tackle right to the 30, 35. Again, close to the marker, but they're going to say he's short. Inches away. Ball be placed at the London 24, second and inches. Full house package. The give is to Edwards. Jumps into the line. First down. That's the 21st carry by an Orlando player. 21st rushing attempt by Orlando. Compare that to just 9 rushing attempts by London. Scott into the game at running back. Boston Scott. He was a recent pickup for Orlando to kind of help out some of the depth issues they had. Play action to Scott. Allen with time. Throws underneath to Troutman. Backup tight end. Tripped up by Bell at the 15. Second and 4. 10th play of the drive coming up. Opening drive, third quarter. And this seems to be the MO for Orlando. Their offense just keeps moving the chains, keeping Russell Wilson and the London offense off the field. Allen dumps a screen off to Scott. Scott, his first game in uniform for Orlando. He's only been in practice for a week, makes his first catch. Tackled by Schobert at the 8-yard line, picks up a first down. Big play there by the guy just coming in off the street a week ago. Didn't have a job in the league. And now he makes a catch for a team in the playoffs. Edwards back in the game at running back. Can he make it 3 touchdowns today? Ball spot at the London 8. Under 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Edwards gets into the end zone. Touchdown number 3 for Gus Edwards from 8 yards out. And Orlando takes a 21-3 lead over the Knights. Another lengthy drive, 11 plays, 91 yards, 6 minutes, 23 seconds. That London defense is just gassed. Just a physical, pound-the-ball offensive game plan by Brian Flores and the Orlando Apollos. 8.5 minutes left to go here, third quarter. Johnson back deep to return for London. Knights, crucial drive coming up. Johnson takes the ball inside his own end zone. Finally stopped near the 20, but we have a flag on the play. It's an illegal block. Against London, the ball will be moved back to their own 9-yard line. Again, just joining us, the running commentary about the London Knights. Their great regular season performance. Not uncommon for them to get double-digit wins, but it comes time for the playoffs, they seem to be a different team. Last week, however, they did win their first playoff in their last 6 chances, but coming into today's game, in a divisional playoff game, they are 0 for their last 5 in divisional playoff games. They have not been to a conference championship since 1999. And they find themselves down by 18 points to the Orlando Apollos. Mostert in as the deep back in the I formation. He'll get the handoff up the middle to the 10. Brought down by Armstead at the 14. Just 130 total yards for London's offense so far, compared to 290 for Orlando. Pitch left to Mostert, looking for a hole. He's at the 15, gets out of bounds near the first down. David pushed him out at the 20. They do give him the first down at the 20. 7.5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Mostert the single back. Wilson, play action. Throws near side to Hill. Hill hit immediately by Griffin, knocks him out of bounds at the London 35. Hill has made 4 catches for 33 yards. But Shaquille Griffin has done a pretty good job containing him today. Hill has not scored today like he did last week against Philadelphia. Wilson dumps off a screen pass to Mostert. There's a flag on the play in the area of holding, and that's what it is. Holding against London. Ball will be placed back at the London 25. That's the 4th penalty on the day for London. Orlando's been penalized 3 times. Three wide receivers set now for London. Wilson under pressure. Completes it to Chark near the 30. First time we've called Chark's name today. A catch for 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 15. Ball at the London 30. Wilson standing again in the pistol. Back to pass. Under pressure. Completes the 2nd pass in a row to Chark. Another short gain. Joseph brings him down at the London 37. Gain of 7 yards. Brings up 3rd and 8. London has only converted 1 third down so far today. Empty backfield behind Wilson as he brings them up to the line. Wilson with time, looking, completes over the middle of the Hill at the 50. Hill inside Orlando territory, spun down by Griffin at the Orlando 5. Griffin and Hill exchange pleasantries on that play as they go back to their respective huddles. 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. London have been held to just a field goal so far today. An offense that averages 27 points per game. Wilson standing at midfield, back to pass. Looking long for Diggs. Incomplete. I'm sorry, that was Chark. Chark was covered by Joseph. Just overthrows him on the long fly pattern. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. 3.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Wilson looking to dump it off to Everett, but it's picked off by David. Levante David, the middle linebacker, gets the interception. Orlando football. First turnover of the game, and let's take a look at that one again. David, closely guarding Everett, reads the route and picks him clean. First interception for Wilson today. He was only intercepted 5 times during the regular season. Huge turnover by London. Orlando gets the ball at the London 38. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. I formation behind Allen. Edwards up the middle. He's to the 35. Tackled by Schobert at the 33. 2nd and 5. And that familiar phrase, "here we go again," has to be echoing in London players' minds. Another divisional playoff loss. They still have time, though. Allen, back to pass, drifts right to avoid the rush. He's going to check down to Scott. Scott makes his 2nd catch of the day. Gain of 3, brings up 3rd and 2. 2:44 to go, third quarter. Allen from the gun, has time, looking, fires near side to Lockett, but good coverage there by the London secondary. Incomplete, brings up 4th and 2, and we're going to see Jake Elliott in the kicking unit. And Elliott's 47-yard field goal attempt is up and good. Orlando leads 24-3. And beginning to see a pattern in the divisional round games here. We're not seeing really any close games so far. The Tampa Bay-Toronto game was a blowout. Last night's game, Memphis-Las Vegas, was a blowout. I think we're getting into that territory here. So this one's going to be a deep kick. Johnson's not going to venture it out. It's going to be a touchback. London will take the ball at their own 20. 2 minutes to go, third quarter, and London is down by a bunch. Wilson has had his struggles today. 11 of 20, 117 yards, and the interception. Of course, lots of talk about the upcoming offseason. Will Russell or won't he exercise a clause to seek free agency? Stay tuned. And before the ball can be snapped, there is a penalty. And false start on Raheem Mostert. He kind of jumped a little bit there in the backfield. Orlando pointed him out. Move the ball back 5 yards. Be 1st and 15 at the London 15. Wilson, clapping his hands, gets the ball, pass over the middle to Hill. Hill to the 25. Tackled by Griffin. Him and Griffin still having that ongoing conversation. I'm sure it's about getting together and plans for the offseason. I'm sure that's what it's all about. 2nd and 4, gain of 11 there for Hill. Hill's another person to keep an eye on as far as free agency. This, people talk about the window to win, and London, could be looking to shake things up in the offseason, looking at players that they want to either let explore free agency or entertain other players to bring in themselves. So, a team that has had success in the regular season but just can't get it done in the postseason. You can't say it's the coaching. Sean Payton, brand new coach here, has the pedigree. He's won a Pantheon Bowl with another team. So the London front office continuing to look for answers, search for clues, as Robert Palmer used to sing about. 2nd and 4. Mostert will get the handoff. Right side. And he picks up the first down. But Orlando, Brian Flores with the challenge flag. And he's going to lose that challenge. So Orlando is down to 1 timeout and 0 challenges. Mostert, off tackle left to about the 30. Tuitt will get the tackle at the 31. Brings up 2nd and 9. Wilson from the gun, back to pass. He's in trouble, and he's finally brought down by Cox. Cox with the sack. First sack of the day of the London quarterback, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Orlando in control. They are just 15 minutes away from going to the Eastern Conference Championship to take on the Toronto Hitmen. So 15 minutes left, and if the score holds, this will be the Eastern Conference Championship matchup. The Orlando Apollos and the Toronto Hitmen. That'll be the early game next Sunday for the Eastern Conference Championship. Taking a look at those 3rd quarter statistics. Again, all Orlando so far. And it's really kind of hard to pinpoint. Well, definitely, London defense having to be out there on the field, struggling against that run. They had the number 1 ranked rushing defense in the season, and they have allowed 103 yards so far today. They average allowing just 77 yards rushing in the season. 3rd down conversions, you can look at that. Russell Wilson, the day that he's being harassed and by that Orlando defense. 3rd and a very long 19 for London to start the 4th quarter. They have a huge mountain to climb if they want to get back on top of this game and advance to the Eastern Conference Championship. Wilson from the pistol. Back to pass. Throws underneath to Diggs, and he's whipped down immediately by Humphrey. It's only a gain of 3 yards. A 3-yard gain, and it brings up 4th and 16. O'Donnell out to punt for London. Gets away a good punt. Fuller calls for the fair catch at his own 25. Or 28. So ball will be marked to the Orlando 28. 14:09 left to go here. 4th quarter. Orlando in control. 24-3. I think one motivating factor was the play of Orlando the last 3 weeks of the season. They clinched the Southern Division week 11 and then struggled those last 3 weeks. A lot of questions being hurled at them by the news media and social media. And Brian Flores pretty much laid it out to this team that the playoffs were a different animal and that they had to step up. And they are making a statement today. I think Coach Flores made that statement, and it's working. Edwards in the game at running back. Allen, play action. Looking for Adams, but it's incomplete. Schobert deflected that one. Brings up 2nd and 10. Allen on the day, 20 of 28, 195 yards. Allen back to pass again. A little bit of pressure. He's going to try to throw a screen over to Edwards, but it's incomplete. Thought there was a penalty there, but Hockey League is indicating no penalty. They pick up the flag. Brings up 3rd and 10. Empty backfield behind Allen. Back to pass. Completes it to Adams at the 30. Tackled immediately by Peterson at the 34. Not enough for the first down. And Orlando, a rare 3 and out, is forced to punt. Hecker. Back to punt. Gets away a beauty. Sims takes it inside his own 20. A little bit of running room. Stopped at the London 31. 13-13 left to go. London, still with plenty of time, but have only scored a field goal so far today. Mostert, the lone running back, as London begins their next possession. Wilson, screen to Mostert. He's to the 30. David pulls him down at the 35. Gain of 4, brings up 2nd and 6. Everett into the game now as the H-back. Wilson back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Pass is incomplete for Diggs. And another holding penalty on the offense. Moves the ball back to the London 25, brings up 2nd and 16. Wilson, under pressure, throws short to Chark. Chark to the 25, 30, runs out of bounds at the London 38. So picks up a lot of that, gained 13 yards, brings up 3rd and 3 for the Knights. Empty backfield behind Wilson on 3rd and short. Penalty flag before he can snap the ball. And this one is on the defense. Wonham jumped into the neutral zone. That's an automatic first down for London. Mostert reports in at running back. He'll get the handoff. There's a flag on the play. Seeing a lot of flags here in the second half. And this one's against London. Holding. Another holding penalty. Back 10 yards. Sean Payton, all he can do is just roll his eyes. Penalties also a factor in the performance of London today. 7 penalties for 67 yards. Can't have them. First and 20 from the London 33. 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. Wilson tries to connect with Diggs, but Diggs is double covered. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 20. Short pass to Everett. He's to the 35, tackled by Williams at the 36. A gain of 3 brings up 3rd and 17. You have to compliment this Orlando defense. Ranked 5th overall, 2nd against the run, 9th against the pass. Has really made Russell Wilson's day very difficult from the start. Four wide receivers in now for London. 3rd and 17. Pass is complete to Cobb near midfield. Tackled by Bryant at the London 49. It brings up 4th and 4. The offense will stay out on the field. The crowd gets to their feet, chanting for their defense. London needs to keep the drive alive. Wilson back to pass, under pressure, looking, completes the pass to Hill. Hill has the first down at the Orlando 47, under the 10-minute mark to go. Wilson back to pass. Throws underneath to Diggs at the 40. Near the first down, Humphrey brings him down at the Orlando 39, a gain of 8. No huddle. They're going to hurry to the line. They need several scores here in the fourth quarter. Wilson, under pressure again, gets it off in time, but Diggs cannot hold on. Incomplete, brings up 3rd and 2. Clock stops at 8:41 to go. Wilson, under pressure. He's going to have to leave the pocket. He's got the first down. He's at the 30, the 25, the 20 to 10. He's going to run all the way for the touchdown. Russell Wilson taking matters into his own hands. 39-yard touchdown run, and London gets their first touchdown of the day. Wow. 1 missed tackle, 2 missed tackles on that run. Wilson, a man possessed, not going to be denied. 39-yard touchdown run by Russell Wilson. And the gap has been narrowed to 14. 8:23 to go. A ripple of concern here at Orlando Stadium. Wilson seems to have fired up his teammates there on the London sideline. There's an attempt at an onside kick. Orlando does recover. I don't think Orlando was prepared for that. They did not have their hands team there. And Sean Payton, wily Sean Payton, kind of saw that. But Orlando recovers. Orlando recovers the onside kick. Ball will be placed at the London 43. 8:15 to go. So the Wilson touchdown just kind of sent a ripple through this stadium. Allen under center, under pressure, gets a pass off to Edwards in the screen, to the 40, to the 35. Finally brought down by Leonard at the 35. Brings up 2nd and 2. Leonard with 10 tackles so far today. Allen calling the signals, under pressure. He's going to have to leave the pocket. He's got the first down. Leonard again with the tackle. Gain of 7. It's a first down. Ball will be placed at the London 28. We're past the halfway point of the fourth quarter. London's defense looking to respond to that jolt of energy from that 39-yard touchdown run by Russell Wilson. Can they respond? Allen calling the signals, drifting to his right, completes a short pass to Edwards. Edwards has the first down. He's inside the 20. Tackled by Leonard. Leonard, the tackling machine. But not before a gain of 15 yards. Time continues to tick down. 6:41 left. McKissick into the game now at running back. He'll get the handoff straight up the middle. Williams tackles him at the 8-yard line. Gain of 5. 2nd and 5. We're nearing the 5-minute mark. Edwards back in the game. He already has 3 touchdowns today. He could tie a playoff record with the next touchdown. Edwards gets the call. Off tackle left. Schobert with a tackle at the 6. Gain of 2. Orlando's letting the clock run. London has all 3 of their timeouts. See what kind of play Orlando devises here as they break the huddle. Allen will shift into the pistol. Edwards is the lone running back. Allen back to pass. Fires in the corner of the end zone for Adams, but it's incomplete. Great coverage there by Peterson. Brings up 4th and 3. Clock stops with 4:25 left. And we're going to see the field goal kicking out. Jake Elliott comes out to kick the short-range field goal to extend Orlando's lead. And there's a flag on the play. False start on the offense. They're going to move him back 5 yards to the London 11-yard line. 5th penalty of the day for Orlando. And Elliott's kick is up and good from 28 yards. Orlando leads by 17, 27-10 with 4:21 left to go. London has all 3 other timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. They trail by 17. Johnson's going to take this just inside his end zone. Brings it out to the 20. Finally stopped by Smith at the 23. Clock stops with 4:12 left to go. Here in the 4th quarter, Wilson leads out the London offense. Everett is the lone running back. He'll serve as a blocking back for Wilson. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Wilson from the gun, back to pass. Flag on the play. Completes the pass to Chark at the 30. And whoa. Late hit there. Late hit by Orlando. And Joseph laid the wood there. Let's look at the replay again. Joseph with the hit to the head to Chark, that drew the flag. So not only a first down, but extra additional yards. And Coach Brian Flores is fuming at Jonathan Joseph. So 1st and 10, ball at the London 46. 4:06 remaining. Wilson back to pass. Looking long for Chark, incomplete. Joseph tips it away. So Joseph gets a little bit of redemption there after that illegal hit to the head. Forces an incompletion there. Brings up 2nd and 10. Just under 4 minutes to go here. London trailing 27-10. Wilson, 20 of 32, 184 yards. Back to pass. In trouble. Gets rid of it. Picked off by Humphrey. Marlon Humphrey jumps the route. And that could do it. Wilson intercepted for the second time as he just walks back to the sideline, watching the replay on the big screen there in the end zone. Turns the ball over. Orlando is in a frenzy. They look to be going to their first conference championship in 10 years. 3:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. McKissick in at running back. Allen transfers the ball to McKissick. Right side to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tomlinson pulls him down at the 46. Orlando not in a hurry. Edwards back into the game. Edwards on the day. 14 carries, 69 yards, three touchdowns. 3 receptions for 25 yards. Up the middle with Edwards. Near midfield. Nailed by McPhee at the Orlando 48. Clock continues to run. 2:56 to go. 3rd and 8. Orlando just want to pick up a first down, keep the clock moving. Empty backfield behind Allen. Allen in trouble. Throws underneath to Adams at the 45. Tripped up by Peterson. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. Clock will run down to the 2-minute warning. Two-minute warning here in Orlando. And the Orlando Apollos, this is a team that was formed in 2000. They have won one championship game back in 2007. Looking to go to their first conference championship in 10 years. And Brian Flores is going to keep the offense out there. Or at least appears he's going to keep the offense out there. They might do something different here. Maybe try to draw them off sides. We'll see what happens. And that's what they're going to do. Yeah, they were going to try to draw London offside. So delay a game call on London, move it back 5 yards. And now Brian Flores will send out the punting unit. That would have been a good call. You've had success with the running game so far today. Then that way you could run the clock. But London has all 3 other timeouts. So Hecker, back to punt. Going to try to put this one inside the 20. Keep it away from Sims. Hecker, one of the better punters. It's a short kick. Doesn't exactly get to the 20. It's going to be ruled out at the 26-yard line. Clock stops with 1:55. London trailing by 17 points. They have all 3 other timeouts. Russell Wilson picked off twice already today. Is this his last game for the London Knights? Wilson from the gun, back to pass, looking. Fires over the middle for Diggs, but it's incomplete. Humphrey there again. Humphrey, tight coverage. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 1:51. Wilson, under pressure, has to leave the pocket. Tackled by Houston. He gains a yard. Avoids the sack. Brings up 3rd and 9. Orlando. Fans on their feet, chanting defense. Pass to Hill. Complete. Hill picks up the first down. He's tackled by Griffith. They have to hurry up. .101 left. Ball at the London 39. Wilson gets the snap. Throws it to Diggs. Diggs trying to get out of bounds. He does. At the 47. Clock stops with 39 seconds left. There was a flag, it looks like, but they pick it up. 2nd and 2 at the London 47. Four wide receiver set for Wilson. Wilson in trouble again. Gets it off. Pass incomplete, but there's going to be a flag on Orlando. Griffith with the hard hit to the upper body on Hill, and that's been coming. Hill and Griffin have been going at it all afternoon long, and Griffin gets called for the penalty there. Ball will be moved to the Orlando 37. 33 seconds left. London's down by 17. They need to start thinking end zone here. They have all three of their timeouts. Wilson looking to go long. Deflected by Humphrey. Diggs was the intended receiver. Humphrey is just owning that backfield. Humphrey doing such a great job back there in that defensive secondary. Hit by injuries coming into this game. They had to bring in some players off the street. But so far, results working well for Brian Flores and the Orlando Apollos. 2nd and 10, 26 seconds left. Wilson. Looking. Fires deep to Chark at the 10. Tackled by Joseph. Immediately calls timeout. 15 seconds left. Great catch by Chark. Ball be marked at the Orlando 12. They need to score quickly. Wilson, 23 of 38, 229 yards. He's under pressure. He's going to take off. He could run it in. He's stopped at the 6. And that's going to do it. That's going to do it. The Orlando Apollos, for the first time in 10 seasons, go to a conference championship game. They defeat London 27-10. Josh Allen meets with Russell Wilson at midfield to exchange best wishes. Player of the game, Gus Edwards, the running back, 15 carries, 71 yards, 3 touchdowns. What a clinic that was put on by Orlando today. They win 27-10. We have our Eastern Conference Championship set up. The Orlando Apollos will face the Toronto Hitmen next Sunday for the right to go to Pantheon Bowl 20. Stay tuned. Later today, the last of our divisional round playoffs games coming up. The Oakland Invaders take on the St. Louis Stars. That will be coming up later today. Catch all the action here on the Replay Sports channel. If you're not a subscriber, please check us out to get live games. Leave us your comments and suggestions. Also, what sports you like to watch. I'm Glenn Walker. You've been watching the London-Orlando divisional round playoff. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.